Before we talk deeper on the 5 effects and why there are 5 superstrings, we need to get rid of the old thinking of consciousness. And the science today teaches us to think that Bob, you and me exist where consciousness is emergent out of our bodies and brain, but in reality, all these do not exist but in temporary collection of various types of consciousness energy through activation of seeds which are superspaces and strings in string theory. It is hard to imagine, but think of a metaverse-like reality where all that we experience in a 3D reality are nothing more than a collection of processing chips, memory, data, and network. Please note though this is not a computer-simulated reality theory. So, what exactly is consciousness? According to Vasubandhu, who wrote down the 30 verses, consciousness are emergent, not from the brains, but from threefold transformation of energy or spaces via seeds which are strings. The transformation begin with 8th consciousness, followed by 7th consciousness, and lastly first 6 consciousness in the forms of 5 effects or 5 fruits. In the terminology of string theory, it is M theory, followed by F theory and then 5 versions of 10-dimensional superstrings. The superstrings as we know have 6 extra dimensions. In the first 2 verses, Vasubandhu laid down the structure of consciousness, and it can be said that it is also the entire structure of string theory. The first verse is, such and such of all our ideas which are our mental objects including physics or law of physics and our experiences which mean physical objects exist only in names. All these are transformation or emergence of consciousness in threefold. String theorists are physicists, so they are stuck with physical ideas and objects. If they have been more objective and open up their mind, they will see that there is nothing exist other than superspaces and strings which are not in the 3D space-time. That's why David Gross said we live in superspace and not ordinary space-time. The second verse is, it is, in this order, the maturation function, which is the Euler number E in Euler identity, of 8th consciousness which is M theory in string theory. It is followed by a type of energy or space that is always reflecting which is 7th consciousness or F theory in string theory. Then it is followed by our conscious experiences and perceptions called first 6 consciousness or 6 extra-dimensional superstrings. Initially, the alaya consciousness, which means storehouse consciousness, it is one of the many names or functions of 8th consciousness or M theory in string theory, divergently matures all types of seeds. In other words, string theorists don't know this function of M theory which is based on Euler identity has the ability to divergently mature all strings. Now let's move slightly ahead. In string theory, the 5 superstrings have some kind of dualities with M theory. Dualities means one of them, viewed from another angle, or mathematically, is the same as the other. Not only the 5 superstrings are dual to M theory, F theory is dual at the same time to M theory and type 2b. Type 2b in Yogacara Buddhism is called the fruit of same order. It simply means those seeds stored in 8th consciousness simply streamed out in the order they are arranged. It is like you turn on the TV where the channel content just streams out from the TV station you tune to. Or it is like a water flowing out from the water hose when the tap is turned on, you simply can't stop it. So, type 2b or fruit of same order is existential, it contains the actual so-called physical bodies, so type 2b is chiral where for example type 2a is not chiral. For those who understand 12-dependent origination, these are the number 4 namarupa. In Yogacara Buddhism, type 2b, or fruits of same order are first 7 consciousness not 6 consciousness. This explains many subconscious actions. All of us operate with them most of the time, for example, driving from point A to B, and when reaching B we were not aware how the driving take place. Some talent or skills born and learned. A person sitting on a sofa is not aware of the feeling of the touch until he is asked. Kept looking to right for time when the clock was moved to the left months ago. Entering a room with familiar smell and not noticing it, and so on. They are all conditioned responses and reflexes. That is why type 2b appears in many places in string theory, for examples, calculation of black holes, anti-de Sitter space conformal field theory correspondence, hologram, or antifolding, and so on. Philosophically, M theory is ontological, where F theory and type 2b are existential. We will learn later that type 2a is truly cognitive and hence cognition. In the old words or Yogacara Buddhism, it is called man-made effect as it is an effect of something through a man's conscious effort. Note that all 8 consciousness has cognitive ability, but 7th consciousness is weaker than first 6, especially the number 6 mind consciousness. For 8th consciousness it is even weaker than 7th consciousness. Therefore, true cognition comes in type 2a, which is non-chiral.